All right, cuties. You want a treat? You guys want treats? I'm going to do it a little different today. Oh, baby. You guys are cute. Hey, Cody. Good morning. Hey, I'll be right back. I'm getting my cat some treats really quick. Thank you. Grayson. Good. What you doing? Yeah, good. Yeah. Yeah. Like that. See? You cute? Good girl. You guys cute? Are you good? Come on. We're going in here today. Come on, River. Woo! Yeah. You want a tweet? Want a tweet? You want a tweet? Come on, River. Show 'em what you like to do. Yeah. Come on, girl. How's it going, Cody? Okay, so I'm not used to doing these. I'm doing what is called a growth and support, which you've seen it in the title. Um, so I decided to do something kind of unique today, and I'm just going to go on and I'm folding laundry. It's my rest day. It's my day off of work, and my husband had to work. Usually he has Wednesdays and Sundays off together, but he once a month he has to work. And this is my day, my me day, and I know for a full month I'm going to try not to do any lives or anything like that starting in April. So I wanted to do a support and grow for everyone, and it's my very first one. I've never done one of these, but so this is like I know you two probably know each other already, but what I'm hoping for is that if people come in and out while I'm on, and we'll meet each other, they'll visit with each other in the chat, and get to know and grow and connect with one another, because um, that's how you gain more subscribers, you gain more friends, you gain bigger and grow your communities, is by connecting with one another. So I'm trying it today for fun. So, and I got my babies in the background. I wanted to make sure you guys got to see them. They're used to getting a treat around this time of day, usually because I'm going to work. So I give them a small treat. So anyone who comes in, make sure you hit that like button. You know, anybody who's wanting to connect and grow with someone while I'm still live, make sure you share this out so that any other YouTubers can find out and learn that I'm doing one of these. Because it's my first time. I've never done it before. So this is kind of fun and kind of unique for me. I don't usually do these. And I'm playing relaxing music. I'm playing sleepy music instead of the fast paced music I do in my workouts. I'm doing what I would do in my stretching routines because I figure it'd be nice to have it laid back. And I know Cadmus and Cody, how are you doing this morning? How are you guys feeling? I hope you guys are having a good day. My day started out good. I'm kind of out of it, of course, when I first woke up. I slept in until 9 o'clock. It felt really good. And I'm just chilling. So I have a mound of laundry to do. My laundry day for folding laundry is usually rest Sunday is my actual true rest day. after church, and I relax. We call it going to the Kingdom Hall because everyone who knows me knows I'm a Jehovah's Witness. But I always say church because instead of Kingdom Hall. So for any of my witness friends who come in, they'll be like, "What the? Why are you saying it that way?" It's because that's how everybody knows it. But anyway, I usually come home, take a nap, eat something, and sleep sometimes, and sometimes I don't. And I get the laundry out and watch my husband play Splatoon 3 or his Exonoblades. Oh, I love Exonoblades. It's my favorite. I love role playing games. I love to watch people play role playing games. So I get really hooked on those storylines and everything. So I hope everybody is doing well. And it's good to hear from both of you guys, as always. So, anyway, that's basically what this is about. And I'm getting dinged because I think one of the groups is starting to have people come in. And so I'm trying to um, just hang out with all of you. Yes. Have you played Exonoblades? Exonoblade is, if you, I have some trailers. If you look through my blogs, Cody, you can see some of the small little clip trailers, like at the beginning of it, and maybe some of the fight scenes, or some of the storylines. I try to, when I record a minute to 2 minute clip of the video, I usually try to record some of the storyline and put it on for people, because for me, it's not the fight scenes that are interesting, it's the storyline that comes before and after the fight scenes that really get me interested. And you can see me, it's funny if you ever got to see me watching him play. As soon as one of those, I could be talking his ear off and him trying to figure out what I'm saying because he's trying to concentrate on the fight or whatever it is, or just trying to head to whatever town he's supposed to head to next. And as soon as one of those videos come on where they're talking, the characters are talking to each other and it's a storyline, I get super quiet and I just stare at that TV. And half the time, if it's sad, I swear I'm a crier. I admit I'm a crier. I end up crying every single time, especially if it gets really sad. And the ending of the newest Exonoblades, oh my gosh, it was a shock when he completed the game, beat the last final fight, the final villain, and I cried my eyes out because it turned out way different than him or I expected. I mean, our jaws both dropped to the ground, and even my husband was in tears because of the way they ended it. They did so good with that storyline, and the way they ended it, it just probably will shock everyone who plays the game. Final Fantasy, usually at the ending, the people, main characters do end up dying. It's just kind of part of how Final Fantasy works. But Xenoblade usually doesn't end like that or end weird, and it did. And we were like, oh my god, because he plays Final Fantasy games too, and I just like, I lost it. The ending, I lost it. Do you? Oh, I wish. I wish I could get my husband into doing YouTube. He doesn't even like me doing it. He's a lot better than he used to be, thankfully. But I wish I could get him into it, because, or at least let me record him playing. Because after he's played the game through once or twice, he gets really good at it. Because he usually plays them more than once, because he's like me. He likes the storyline, and each time he plays it a little different to pick up all the extras. The first time he goes through, he's just trying to learn the game. He picks up some of the extras, but he's more about the storyline and beating the last villain. And then the second time through, he tries to pick up all the little tiny things, the hidden things, the hidden characters, the you know all the, if you're supposed to get every little gem or whatever it may be, then he works really hard at that the second round. um, but I'm not a game player, I'm a game watcher. Um, you get me playing Mario Karts, I have a blast. And I usually am Mrs. Peach because she has the coolest motorcycle ever. And this motorcycle can go up on the walls, and I can get around all the players, and I can beat them, and I can get through tighter spaces on her motorcycle because each character has different vehicles you can choose. And that's why I always pick Miss Peach, because Princess Peach, because of her motorcycle. Her motorcycle is awesome. It's like, and I'm not a good game player, so I need something that gives me a step up on the game so that I can maybe at least halfway have a chance of beating somebody. Um, I usually lose, usually die 100 times when I play Mario and Luigi, where it's a two-player. I'm always losing my character like 10 times or 20. Um, I know you get 3 lives each time, and I don't care. I laugh my head off every time I accidentally jump in a hole or anything. I just like to play. So I consider myself not a game player because I end up missing all the extras. My husband wants, and he gets irritated with me, um, and all that crap. Yeah, I just do. I miss it all, every time, and it's the funniest thing. Legends of Zelda is a very good game. Now, when I had the very first Nintendo that came out, Cody, very, very, very first Nintendo that came out, and yeah, I loved it. Legends of Zelda was my game. My dad even watched me play, and he's like, "Ooh, she's real," because I wasn't really good at the games. I was good at certain things in the games, but not everything. Um, so my dad learned what my strengths were when we played RPG games together, and he would always hand me the control when it came to that. There was like, but Legends of Zelda was my game. But I will agree with you, the storyline is hard to follow because it's very slow going. It takes forever for it to get started, and it kind of gets a little boring. Xenoblades, Final Fantasy, the storylines start immediately when the game starts. Immediately. They would immediately start out with this big old video. Sometimes it can be up to 5 to 10 minute intro video you have to sit there and watch before you can actually start playing. And it's just like it gets you involved. You feel like you're sitting down with popcorn watching a movie on Netflix. It's so good. And so that's why I like Xenoblade so much. And that one and Final Fantasy. And so I really get into them because the storylines are good. I'm trying to fold my laundry too. So anyway, hey, hi Corey's Comedy Channel. Good morning. How's it going? Like I said, I'm doing my first support and grow where people can come in, visit with each other, and chat. I've never done a support and grow. This is my first one. So I'm hoping that at least you guys get to meet somebody new. And also will be fun just to hear from my community. Hey, Sock Explorer! Woo, woo, woo. Sock Explorer is no stranger to support and grow. Um, Definitely, she is the master of telling you about stocks and which stocks to buy into, but she's also the master of support and grow. So she has all these coffee chats lives on her channel just almost every morning, if not every other morning. So if you have not connected with the Stock Explorer, go check her out, please. She's amazing. She's really all about supporting all of you guys out there. So I'm reading your joke right now. How many? Okay, just for ones who watch the main, come in and watch the replay for fun later. Out of curiosity, I'm going to read your joke out loud because I know live chat doesn't show up for 12 hours. Um, Hello, Lady G and Cody. How many superheroes does it take to change a light bulb? And he will do a super job. like it. How many superheroes does it take to change a light bulb? How's it going, Corey? Corey's amazing. What I like about Corey is his jokes are all clean. They're family friendly. He comes up with the coolest one-liners. So you can sit there and watch his videos in front of your 5-year-old child and not be embarrassed or worried um, about what he says in it. He's very good with his jokes. Cody's Extreme Scene TV. We're trying to get him to his next milestone in subscribers. Okay, and he's all about Pokemon. He's all about Minecraft. He's all about art. He's all about making his own TV series type things that you can watch on his channel. One is called The Wizard that him and his dad did together. So yeah, he's pretty cool. So make sure you check him out. And like I said, Stock Explorer, I could probably use a few tips from you after this because this is my first time doing a support and grow. So I'm just folding my laundry and saying hello to everybody on my me day. So hey, okay, I'm gonna tell you guys a story because you guys know that I'm a witness. I mean, I don't pull no punches, but I'm religious, and so everyone knows the story. We tell it year round in different sermons and talks and stuff because it makes a very good point and it really helps you understand and relate to this time of year. A lot of people think about Easter and Jesus being resurrected, but they don't really think about the fact that what he really wanted his disciples and all his followers, even this day, who believes in Jesus and everything, he wanted his death commemorated more than he wanted his resurrection. And it says so in the scripture that keep doing this in remembrance of me. So on 9 and 14 after sundown, I have a short about it. We commemorate the death of Jesus, and we do it in remembrance of him and everything he's done for us, so we can have everlasting life. But what really will touch you is the story. I have to tell you the story because this story is very touching. And this is going to bring it home to you how special this is, and not only how special this is to us, but also make you feel what God felt when he let Jesus come to us and give his life for us. A lot of people don't think about the fact that he has feelings just like we do, but he does. And so a lot of people have a hard time humanizing him and everything. So I'm going to tell you the story really quick. I'm going to try to make it good, but make it short. We talked about if your money is safe in the bank. Ooh. Yeah, I will definitely come and check out your replay, Stock Explorer. I'm sorry I haven't been catching a lot of your lives. I'm trying to get better with getting into everybody's lives. And I know you want me to come up on your panel with you one of these days, and I promise I will do that. I will come up on your panel with you one of these days. Whenever you come on, I'm not playing. I'm still in my house coat. I still have my, I don't want to say it. I'm my bed head. My hair's all, and I'm just like, That's why I never come in on your panel when you try to get people to come up. It's not because I don't want to come on with you. I really honestly do want to sometime. Hi. Are you wanting attention, Gray Gray? Come here, Grayson. Come on, baby. Come here. Come here. Hey. Come on. Come here. Come here. Okay. Anyway, okay, let me tell you the story. So the story is really sweet and simple. Basically, there's a couple, and this couple was having a hard time having children. So finally one day she managed to get pregnant, and she has a son, the only child, their only child that they have, and he's a son, a boy. So you know how important in a lot of cultures it is, sometimes even in the United States, for you to have a son to carry on the family name, hoping that they will, get married someday and have their own kids and all of that, right? And so the family name could be carried on. And so finally they get what they want. They finally get a boy, and they get a child. So this child is starting to grow up, and every morning the father gets ready for work and goes to work. Always with a smile on his face, always cheerful. He loves his job, whistling all the way to his job with his lunchbox in tow. So he goes to work every single day and comes home. And what happens? First person who always greets him is his child. His son greets him every morning, every evening when he comes back home from work. So happy to see him. So what this father does is his job is to check about on trains. So what he does is he's a switchman. He runs a booth every day when a train, like the best way to describe it is an Amtrak train that has all these passengers, maybe 5,000 passengers on it or more. Okay, and he has to hit the switch at the correct time so that the track switches and they can safely cross the bridge and not plummet down into a ravine or the steep cliff off of the mountain. That is his job every day. So he has an easy job. He just watches for the passenger trains to come by, hits the button, and boom, right? High brainstorm challenges. So he decides to take his only begotten son, his only son, with him to work one day. So on his way to work, his son is happy, excited, and playing and giggly because he's like, I get to go to work with my daddy. So they're just walking along to work together. His lunchbox in tow. His son has his little lunchbox in tow, heading to his job for the day. So he goes to his work, and he's watching his son, and his son, of course, is playful, and he's just a kid. He doesn't understand the dangers of playing on the tracks. So his son is playing. So he watches his son play, and he's just happy as can be because his son finally gets to see what he does every day at work. He takes him because he took him to work for the day. And guess what happens? Well, his son is playing on the tracks. This track and this train going maybe 500 miles an hour is starting to come. He sees that it's getting ready to come. He has two choices. That train, what does he do every day for his job? He hits the switch so that the train switches over onto the bridge and doesn't plummet into the cliff. Now, mind you, this train has 5,000 to 10,000 people on it. Each train that passes each day has up to that many people on that train. So he has two choices. His son is playing on the track. He doesn't have time to get his son off the track before that train approaches that spot. So either one, he's going to hit that switch so that 5,000 to thousands of people's lives are safe. Or he's going to go not hit that switch, and he's going to go run and get his son off the track and take a chance on 5,000 to 10,000 people being plummeted to their death on the cliff. What do you think he chose? He chose to hit that switch. So now that time him and his wife had a hard time having a child, finally got the child, and it was a son that would carry on the name of the family. And he had to watch his son die. Right before his eyes, he watched his son get ran over by the train. That exactly the same way God feels about Jesus when Jesus was dying on that torture stake. He had to sit there and watch him with his own eyes as he died for us, so that we could have a close relationship with him, so that our sins could be forgiven. His son willingly died for us, but he suffered immensely, suffered so much. And every moment, every painful breath, every tear, every whiplash that he felt, God seen him go through that. The same as that father who watched that train run over his only son that he had. So that day he walks home from work, and instead of whistling, his head hung low. He had to walk in and tell his wife, I didn't have time to save our son. I either had to save the 5,000 to 10,000 people on that passenger train, or save my son and watch all of them die. He made the choice of losing his son to save all those passengers, just the way God chose to let his son die for us to save all of us. That's the story. Thank you. How's it going, Brainstorm? And it's good to see everybody. I'm so glad some people came in. This is my first Sport and Grow. I've never done one before. So anyway, that's my story. And that's why on April 4th is so special to us because, and if you don't live in my area, every Kingdom Hall, every witness in every city, every town around the world, I don't care if you live in Iran, Pakistan, India, they're getting ready to celebrate that on ISM 14th, which falls on April 4th. And after sundown is when we do it. And no, you could be there too with us and celebrate with us and commemorate everything that they've done for us. So you understand, and that's why it's so important to Jesus when he says in that scripture to keep doing this in remembrance of me. That he wanted his death celebrated more than his rising, like they do on Easter. Because that's more important. That is more special because of everything he suffered and done for us. I mean, if you think about all the misery, all the pain, all the torture he went through, and he did it for us. You know, he had a choice. He's God's son. He could have said, I'm done with this. Send the angels down to defend me, get me out of here, take me back to heaven. He didn't do that. He did it. He did all that. He suffered for us greatly. You know, so it's just, that's why it's so special to us. And that's the one thing we celebrate every year. But anyway, I hope you guys are doing good. And I'm so glad to see everybody. See you, Brainstorm. Yeah, I know you usually go to work around this time. I love it. That's a good joke. I like it. Oh, I do like that. I'm trying to be good and not show you my invincibles, I guess is what I want to say. So, anyway, when they come up, I'm going to hide them. But I just figure I'd come on and see who came in. I'm hoping that some people maybe will connect with each other that hasn't met each other yet. But even if not, I just wanted to come on and say hi and remind you that I am taking a month off and I'm getting close to my 2K mark. I still got a little ways to go, but I'm at 1,750. Are you bringing me your toy? Yeah, I know you're a little boy. So I'm getting close and everything. And I'm hoping it'll help some of you guys hit your goals too, even when this posts later. Hopefully people will see it and maybe learn about your channel a little bit. It'll help you out. That's my whole goal of doing this today. And also because I'm taking a break on lives for a little bit, I wanted to make sure everybody knew that. So they don't think I just left and disappeared. I have not. I'm just, we all need a break once in a while. And my work has been super stressful. I'm at the point where I'm starting to be like Desi, which is, you guys have met her, some of you in my life. She doesn't have a lot of time to come in anymore like she used to. But she's the type of person that you don't talk to her about work unless she is clocked in on the clock. If she's on lunch break, you don't speak to her about work. And she has a fit with you if you do. When she's off the clock, it's her day off. She doesn't come in until 1, you better not say a word to her about work. And I decided, for my sanity, Now on, it's going to be that way for me too. So I'm starting to mute groups and mute people who try to talk to me about work when I'm not there on my Facebook Messenger. From now on, I won't talk to them until I clock in at the time clock. Simple as that. They can talk to me about how the cat's doing, about the personal life. I don't care about that. But they talk to me anything about work, they're going to get muted. Because I'm decided I'm at this age in my lifetime where I've been through a lot in my work life. I used to be one of these type that was kind of, I guess you could call me a workaholic. I went through that stage when I was in my 20s. As soon as I got a phone call, I was at work within 30 minutes or less. I was the person they would call whenever somebody would call off. I was the person they would ask to work overtime. I was the person they would ask to be in charge of things when others weren't there. All that. But I'm going through this stage in my life where I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that anymore. I've done that, been there. I'm just a number. I will always be a number, because even when I would do those things, even when I would work the overtime, even when I would work extra for them, come in, I had times where people would call in all the time, and I would go into work at 9 a.m. in the morning and work till 9 p.m. at night. I did it time and time again. Sometimes I would do it for days in a row because everybody would call off, and I was the only one that was dependable. But was I really, truly, genuinely appreciated? No. Even when I became a lead, was I genuinely appreciated? No. Tell you if I held the pencil wrong, or I stepped out of my box that I wasn't supposed to, or I felt misfolding this certain amount of tables, or left these few boxes behind because I just worked my A off all night, and sorry, but I forgot to put those few boxes away, or throw them away, or do whatever it is, I would get a mouthful. Nobody appreciates you. Nobody cares. So I'm not going to care anymore either. Go to work, clock in. Hi, what do you want me to do today? Okay. What else do you want me to do? Okay. Clock out, go home. That's my attitude now. Don't talk to me about work outside of it. Don't give me a hard time about something I missed the day before. None of that is happening from now on. I'm done. My sanity is more important. So it's just how it is. I'm going to be a robot from now on. I'm going to only do what I'm told and no extra. Fold this shirt this way, fold it. Fold this table this way, table's folded. Stand. I'm going to be just like all the other teenage girls. I'm going to just stand around and dance and wait for you to tell me the next command. I'm going to turn into a robot because I'm a number and they don't give a crap about me. All I want to do is whine when you do something wrong. And I've learned that over the years. So I just finally got that mindset. I finally just snapped. And I'm not going to let them run over me again anymore. I just collect the paycheck. They could replace me. I could walk into work tomorrow and say, you don't have a job anymore. Just like at Acorn. You don't know where Acorn is? It's a company here in my town in Decatur. And what happened to them? Those people were their HR boss, the store owner. Well, it's a factory. The factory owner, the main manager, which is like a store boss, the HR person, walked into work that morning, was told to collect all their stuff and go home because the company went bankrupt. They didn't bother to give the HR people a warning, the store owner a warning, the main boss a warning, nothing. They were all clueless. All of them were as much shock as the factory workers were. They were forced to leave their job and take all their belongings home with them. No severance packages. Their insurance ended that day. All their benefits ended that day. Also, you had to go on right now is the 401k, applying for unemployment, and trying to get unemployment, which can take months to get, and hunting for a new job. So you're just a number. Remember that. So do your time, do what your job requires of you, and if you don't do it to your best of your ability, who cares? Half do it, half slough it. That might be what I start doing too. Because I was also promised to go on days. My coach wanted to change that to 10 to 7s instead of days. Screw it. I don't care anymore. They don't keep their promises. They don't give a crap about you. They don't give a crap about your personal life. They just want a body standing there, acting like a robot and doing what they ask and going home every day. So it's like, and I'm just at that point where I'm here. So jobs, your family and your friends and your religion are way more important than your job is, because they don't care about you. You can, like I said, hold the pencil wrong, say the wrong word to them, they'll fire you like that. They don't care. They'll get another body in your place, and who cares if they're dependable as you are, and who cares if they work as fast as you do, and who cares if they do as good a job as you do. They don't care if they're standing around talking on their phones and playing all day, because guess what? Oh, guess what? The numbers show we have our payroll filled. We have the right number of employees. Who cares if they actually work? Who cares if they're dependable like this person who just fired? Who cares if they actually get the job done for us like this other person did? They don't care. My replacement won't work like I do, guaranteed. But will it matter to them? Nah, because I'm a number. You know, even my coach and my team leaders realizing that. It's the way it is with the company. It's just any company you go to, that's how they are now. So remember that. Do what you have to and go home. And I'm sorry. I'm normally a very, very positive person. So, but anyway, cool things coming up on my channel. I am taking a break from lives to change the subject. Corey, yep, you're right. And I do get your pain. You know, and then I have these girls at work that they're afraid they're going to get in trouble if they accidentally leave a few boxes behind or something. Yell at me. I don't care. Actually, it'll be a blessing. I hope I come in tomorrow and, oh, you're fired because you left a few boxes on the top sock cart. Woo! Freedom! Freedom! Let me sign up for unemployment. Me and my husband will struggle for a little bit. Let me sign up for unemployment and say goodbye. Don't you make sure you kiss my butt on the way out the door, because that's how I feel now. And I hope my boss will see this. Because, you know, that's how I feel about him. You can kiss my ass as I walk out the door. Fire me. I don't care. That's the way my husband feels too. He's waiting. We're neither one willing to quit. We want to be fired. We're waiting. We want to be fired. Both of us do. And we're waiting for it to happen. And we both agreed it'll be a total blessing to lose our jobs. Because the stress, the way they treat us like dogs, it's not worth it. We're supposed to drive up our companies that, oh, this is such a wonderful place to work at. No, it's not. It's crappy. Like every place on this planet is. I don't care if you go to Kohl's, Target, ADM, Neil Tire and Battery, Layton and Roberts, mechanic shops, auto body shops. I don't care what kind of company it is. Every single place is crap. Because you're not the number anymore. They don't care about their people or their associates no more. They just don't. Hey, Maddie! Woohoo! How's it going, Maddie? If you guys haven't connected with Maddie, Maddie is new to my community. Check him out. He likes to do cover songs on his guitar and stuff. So check him out. And he does other things too. And he has a lot of lady followers, so he has a little bit of fun with that. Let's just put it that way. And he cracks me up. You're always behind. I love it. That's a good one. Cody, I get it. You know how many times I have to bite my tongue when I get rude customers? So, yes, I get it. Totally. I was going to stay on for like about an hour to see who all came on. So, anyway, so I'm so happy to see all of you. This ended up turning out better than I thought. And I am folding my laundry while I'm talking to you guys. So that was my goal today. You want to see? I got one more basket in my laundry room. But what it was is I usually do my laundry on Sundays, but Sunday was once a month on Sundays now. I'm so thankful we started doing this again because everything got ruined because of the COVID. And like I said, your job ain't important, but your family and friends and your religion are more important. So put them first. Your job comes second. And don't be afraid to tell them no when they call you on the phone and say, can you come in on a moment's notice? No. I need my me time. I made plans with my friends and family. I have somebody I want to see. Some other things I want to do. See ya. You know, I got plans after work. So heck no, I'm not staying over for you. You know, I just don't be afraid because they don't care about you. Oh, thanks, Maddie. Okay, so now I see how you really are. Hi, Edie. I fed them treats in here so you guys could see them. So that's I wanted them to hang out with me. Oh, or a little bit. You're my baby. Hi, sweet boy. I don't know. I mean, you guys have seen some videos of him up closer, but he's my one-eyed baby. 6 years old, had his eye removed. He's now 10 this month. Yep, not cool. He had cancer, so we had to have it removed. It's okay. Come here, Ripper. Aw, come here. You both are playful. Go on. I know you want to. That's my sweet girl. But I hope everybody is doing well. I don't eat a lot on my me days when Bryn's at work. Usually Sunday and Wednesdays, like Maddie, I know you didn't see that part. Usually Bryn's off with me, but my hubby's working. Once a month he works. So anyway, yep. I'm just trying to get things done and trying to enjoy my day. And I wanted to try one support and grow and see how it went. Yes. Yeah. Okay. I guess you didn't know the story. Um, okay, anybody who knows me knows that it knows my channel. Just to give you a backstory about my channel, I named my channel after my cats, Dixie Cuddles. Cuddles, we had him for 13 and a half years, and he just passed away suddenly. We're thinking from a heart attack in old age. Then we had Dixie, which 4 more days she would have been 18 years old. 4 more days, and she died from cancer. We had to have her put down. If you look through my vlogs and through my cats and animals playlist, you can find the video that says RIP to Dixie on the date and the year to year of how long she lived. Greyson, Cody, When he was 6 years old, he started out with a small, well, he was probably around 5.5 years old when it started. We're very picky with our cats. To anyone who doesn't know, me and my husband cannot have kids, so our cats are our kids, okay? So, anyways, so they're my babies and they're like children to us. So we're very nitpicky. We watch every little thing with them. And what happened is he developed a little brown spot in the corner of his eye. And we noticed it. So we just started, both of us started watching it. For the longest time, it wasn't growing, and it was just kind of staying this little brown spot. Then we had a garage fire, lost everything in the garage fire. And then it took about a year, and we finally got everything back. The few days, April 1st, I remember it because April 1st was April Fool's Day, believe it or not. So I was like, okay, is this a joke? Or our garage is actually being built on April 1st, which is April Fool's Day. And the garage was going up and everything. And during that time, all of a sudden, that same week, my husband noticed that that little dot was starting to go like this around his eye, it was spreading like fire, like really fast. So in a matter of a week, it changed from being a dot to this big, round, line around his eye. So it started really freaking us both out because it was just growing. And every day we look at it, it was a little bit bigger. So my husband's like, can you please make an appointment with the vet? So I called the vet, told him what was going on. And I asked him, is there any way we need to get him in to get looked at? Something is wrong with his eye. It's went from a dot and now it's growing very rapidly. And we're scared, that something bad is wrong with our cat. So we got Grayson in on Friday morning. My husband met with the guy who built the house with Carrot's house. Who built, not the house, the garage, our new two-car garage. You've seen some of my workout videos out there. And as soon as he handed in that check, so that we paid for it, our insurance covered it. He went and took Grayson straight to the vet. I get a text message and I'm bawling my eyes out because he told me that the vet said that it's cancer. We had two choices. He was positive it was cancer. And that we could drive him to Champaign, which is a 45-minute drive, and have a biopsy done on his eye to see if it really was cancer like he suspected. And we'd have to wait for the results to come back. Or we could have his eye extracted. Me and my husband texting back and forth. I couldn't stop crying. Decided to have his eye extracted. Two reasons. First and number one reason, unlike dogs, cats do not like car rides, and he would panic. And 45 minutes is too long of a drive for a cat or an animal that does not like car rides. We did not want to put him through that. It'd be 45 minutes there, have the biopsy done, 45 minutes back home. So we're like, heck no. Second reason we decided is the vet was pretty positive that it was cancer and it was growing fast. And we were scared that we were going to lose him. So we made the decision to have his eye extracted because we thought that maybe if we got rid of his eye, that he would have a few more years with us. If he had not made the decision to have his eye extracted, then he may die on us because as fast as it was going, it might have spread to the rest of his body by the time we got the results back from the test that he needed to have his eye removed. So it was very hard for me. I was panicky. I did not want to make the decision of having his eye extracted. And cats pick their humans. Grayson was more my husband's cat. So I wanted my husband to make that decision. I didn't want to make the decision personally for my husband because this was his baby. It was his baby. It was his decision whether he wanted to try and save him and see if he would last a few more years or if we just keep him comfortable and let him go. My husband and I both talked about it through text message, and we both agreed that he's only 6 years old and we wanted to save him because we felt like Cuddles lived to be 13 and a half, our first male cat. So he could have another 6 to 7 years in him if we got this removed. So we removed it. I remember it was scary. We both cried our eyes out. You know, he was at home by himself. I was at work. But I'm telling you, the girls that worked with me that day will tell you I was a mess. I had tears streaming down my face. I couldn't stop crying. And I was working a day shift that day, so I couldn't wait to get home to my husband and to my cat. Brent woke me up Saturday morning, and he was right. It had doubled in size. That spot in his eye had doubled in size by Saturday morning. So the cancer was definitely taking a hold of him and starting to spread fast, rapidly. His surgery was not scheduled till Wednesday morning. I want to tell you how amazing my vet is right now. I go to the Decatur Animal Clinic. I've gone to Alec Messimore since, and his dad. His dad ran Decatur Animal Clinic. Alec went to school and took over as the vet over there, and he has another vet, and she's a sweetheart. She's blonde, and she's such a sweetie. Alec could not have picked more sweet another sweet veterinarian than her. I'm so glad he chose her to help him take care of his patients because she's such a sweetheart. And anyway, so I've gone to him since I was probably old enough to walk, because my family's always been to them. And Alec did an amazing job on his eye and everything. And it was really hard for us, but how amazing they were was Saturday morning when we realized that spot had doubled in size. Prince says, we're going to lose him. We can't wait till Wednesday. That eye needs to come out now. That needs to come out today. And he said, please, my husband was crying and had tears in his eyes. He says, can you please call our vet and see if they can move up his surgery? And I said, honey, I'll try, but you know what? They have to have, if they have any other surgery scheduled, they're going to have to call all these other surgeries and all the other people's dogs and cats and people who had surgery scheduled for an earlier day, either Tuesday or Monday, an earlier day, and see if they're willing to switch for our cat. And I said, we don't know the circumstances of these surgeries and what their pets are dealing with or going through. You know, if it's neurite or decline or something like that, then there's a possibility that they would be willing to move their surgeries for our cat, but we can't guarantee it. Nor could I guarantee that the vet would agree to moving up the surgery. So I called and immediately told him what was going on. I said, my husband's in tears. We're scared we're going to lose Grayson. And I told him the situation. I said, the spot in his eye has doubled in size since we went to bed last night. And I said, we are both very, very scared that we're going to lose him. So I asked, is there any way at all that you can make this surgery earlier than Wednesday? Even if we have to do emergency surgery today, I can bring him in, da 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 da. You know, I called. And so after I got off the phone with her, she said, I'm going to see what I can do for you. I'll give you a call back as soon as possible. And so I got a phone call back from her immediately. The vet agreed. Alec agreed to try to move the surgery up. And so she says, you have to give me some time. I have to call all these other patients that had surgery scheduled for Monday and see if they are willing to give up their time of bringing their pet in for surgery and move the surgeries around for him. So I waited and I was pacing the floor, waiting for the phone call. She called me back, and I don't know who these people were that day, but I would love to be able to have thanked all of them personally. So I told her, I said, would you do me a favor and tell all of these people thank you, because I had no idea whose dogs and cats had to have surgery on Monday, but they all agreed. She told them the situation when she called them, said, hey, this is what's going on. They're scared the cancer is spreading rapidly. They're afraid they're going to lose their cat if they don't get him in sooner. Is there any possible way that you'd be willing to move your surgery to this day or this time so that we can get him in sooner? Every single one of them said yes. Every single one of the patients said yes. And so first thing Monday morning, we got him in and his eye was extracted. So that's how awesome our vet is. You know, they could have not worked with us. They'd say, sorry, you're going to have to wait till Wednesday, da 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 da. We already have all these clients lined up for surgeries. They didn't have to do all that work. She didn't have to go ask the vet and talk to and talk with him and tell him the situation and tell Alec how scared we were that we were going to lose Grayson. She just could have said, "Nope, sorry, you're just going to have to wait." She didn't have to make all those phone calls to those people and ask them if they would be willing to give up their surgery time for us, so that way we could get Grayson in sooner and hopefully save him. So we got his stitches out 10 days later. He went in and got hit. He looked like Frankenstein. All the stitches out of his eye, cone around his head. He was disoriented, scared for the first few days because he couldn't see out of that one eye. You can imagine how it would be. All of a sudden, you go from being able to see perfectly to not being able to see out of one eye or one side of your head. It's scary. It would be very scary. Um, so when we got him in for his stitches, the results came back from Champagne. They sent the eye in to have a biopsy to see if it really was genuinely cancer because of how fast it was growing. My vet said he was pretty sure it was, and you were right on the money. He had melanoma cancer in his eye, and when they finished examining it, they said the type of cancer that he had, it would have spread. It was extremely aggressive. It was spread rapidly and would have, and where it was getting ready to head was it's going to go into his stomach and into his brain. So Alex said that he says he was very grateful to us. He said thank you. He says he says you guys are very good cat parents. You're good, very, very good pet owners. In fact, that you watch your animals so closely. He says if you guys hadn't been watching and paying attention to all the little details of your cats or of him, the way you were, he says we would not have been able to save him. He said that if we had not done that surgery on Monday, or if you had not caught it when you caught it, Grayson would have died from cancer. He says it would have spread too fast and we would not have been able to save him. So he thanked us for being so quick and watching our cats so closely and paying attention to the signs. And because he said he would have been gone if we hadn't seen it. He says we just caught it in a nick of time. If we had not done that surgery Monday morning, we would have lost him. So that's my whole story, Cody. Whole story. Yeah, I know. It was sad. So yes, I've had 2 cats now that's had cancer. Not cool. Hi, Stock is for. Yeah, and I'm sorry it took so long to tell the story, but I wanted to say I love my vet. I think Alex is amazing. He is great. Alec Messmore, Decatur Animal Clinic here in Decatur, is amazing. He is really genuinely loves the animals. He loves every single one of his clients, every single one of his patients. He takes the time with you to talk about anything, any of your concerns and worries. He just recently, Grayson developed acne, what they call a cat acne on his chin. And we were doctoring it with vitamin E oil, but instead it was opening up. And after him having cancer, it kind of freaked us out. So we were a little scared. So last Wednesday, we took him into the vet to see Alec. And we told him we wanted him checked out. And we both did the research and suspected that's all it was. But we told him with him, his medical history and everything, we told Alec we didn't want to take any chances. And Alec kind of giggled and smiled at us. He says, I totally understand. He says, I'd be the same way. He says, but you can relax. It is not cancer. It is just genuinely cat acne. And they prescribed a antibiotic ointment for him that my husband's been putting on twice a day. So, and which they're improving. So, cancer can spread extremely fast. In fact, let's put it this way. There are stories about even human beings who are full of cancer. They don't even really feel bad. They know they're kind of lethargic and tired and normally not a tired, lethargic person, but they just chalk it up to a lot of stress in their lives, um, overworking themselves, overdoing. and they don't know that they have cancer in their body, and then all of a sudden they just fall over dead. And when the autopsy is done on them, to see why they died, because they seemed super healthy, they end up finding out that they died of cancer and that their whole entire body was filled with cancer. So cancer can be the silent killer, um, because you can, a lot of times there's signs that you have cancer, and if you're lucky enough to see those signs, and you're lucky enough to get treatment and hopefully survive it. But there are cancers that sometimes are very aggressive and very silent, that doesn't give you any symptoms until you just keel over. Same, and it does the same thing with animals. So, and it can grow extremely fast. I've had friends of mine who had a little tiny lump. They found it, thought they found it early, but because the cancer was so aggressive, they were gone 2 weeks later, dead 2 weeks later. And I can't even imagine, I have a girlfriend of mine who's still trying to get over grieving over her mother. She knew she wasn't feeling good. She went in and found out she had an extremely aggressive cancer, and she was gone within less than a month. So, yes, it can grow very quickly. I hate cancer. I hate it. That's why when you guys see me to do the breast cancer thing that I didn't get anybody donate any money. But I still made people aware of cancer because I was still doing it. Even if I'm going to get no money, I'm still making people think about it and be aware of it. Is the way I feel. So it's very aggressive, and it's very scary. It's scary for the ones who have it. It's scary for the family members who are watching their friends and family go through it. It's just, yeah. So, yeah, cancer's no joke. You don't want to mess with it. So it's very important to get your checks. I haven't had an mammogram done in a while. I'm getting yelled at because I've only had two. I don't care. I do my checks for breast cancer. I know what to do, and I do watch it, and I know what the signs are, and I watch for it. And if I see or feel anything that is weird or see anything abnormal, I'll be in immediately. I told them that. I said, you don't have to worry. I'm very picky. And I'm kind of a hypochondriac when it comes to medical things. It's where my anxiety and panic attacks and anxiety comes from. Sometimes I'm just thinking I have things wrong with me and I don't. So I've learned how to control it. But yeah, so just be aware, always be aware, and be aware of your family members, yourself. You start feeling feelings that you definitely know is very off for you, then it's time to go get checked. Whether you want to or not, we all hate doctors, we all hate the checkups, we all hate being poked and prodded on. But if it saves your life, it's worth it. So, anyway, all right, you guys. I was hoping some new people will come in that you guys haven't met yet, but nobody is. But I will tell you one thing: I am very thankful for every single one of you. Like I said, I'm heading towards the 2K mark, and I'm excited to see where that goes. And I'm going to go ahead and get off of here so I can finish my laundry and everything. I'm cooking a fried chicken dinner for me and my hubby for dinner tonight. I'm looking forward to it. I'm doing the cheap way because I do online grocery lately. And so when you do that, you are picking for other customers, and they're whatever they decided to buy, through the Walmart app, and putting it together. And I came across this big, huge thing of chicken, fried chicken. It's already breaded and everything. You've got to cook it 55 minutes in my toaster oven. So I don't have to do all the prep work. I just throw it in, let it cook, and just kind of chill while it's cooking and finish the side dishes. But yeah, fried chicken dinner for me and my hubby. So I'll let you guys go. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Whatever you do, keep moving, keep eating healthy, and don't ever give up. And anybody who watches the replay later and sees some of the people who came in, if you have not connected with their channels or connected with them yet, any of the channels that I'm talking to or mentioning, please make sure you do. If you're a first-time viewer to my channel, make sure you hit the little red subscribe button. And if I think that these will go over well, I may do one once a month, um, starting in May, and see what happens with it. So, and maybe more people will start coming in when they know, and I'll start to advertise it on my community board that I'm going to do it as well. So that way more people maybe will come in. And when I hit my 2K mark, big celebration. I should have said that at the beginning because people ain't going to watch to the end. So I'm going to have a huge celebration for my 2K mark when I hit it. So get to my 2K mark, we will celebrate together. Have a wonderful day, everyone. And because a lot of people like my Q&As, and that's exactly what we'll be doing. So you guys get to ask me any questions you want. So have a wonderful day, everyone. Check me out on my social medias: TikTok, Discord, Twitter, Dixie Codos Fitness, Instagram, Dixie Codos_Fitness, and I have a free membership, free group for you, which is called Dixie's Warriors, Dixie Codos Fitness on Facebook. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Thank you so much for coming in and saying hi. It's always, it's always wonderful to see all of you. Yes, I have seen. I seen your question. I'm answering it real quick, Cody. Yes, microwave. I do microwave my bacon. There's certain bacon you gotta cook in the skillet. I buy Oscar Mayer's turkey bacon, and I cook it in the microwave all the time. About three slices for a minute and 55 seconds. It comes out perfectly crisp, and it's so good. So yes, I have done microwave bacon, and it is good. I like it.